Not poised.
You are poised.
I'm not poised.
Are
we live?
We're
live.
poised.
Hi.
Hello, we're poised.
We're poised. Live. Wait.
Live. Do we have questions?
This is Robert Knepper, ladies and gentlemen.
Sarah Partridge. No.
Jessica. Sarah Michelle.
Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote.
Jessica, what was her name?
Angela
Bassett playing Jessica. Sarah Wayne Callies, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, everybody.
Robert Knepper.
Robert Knepper. There's supposed to be something on this.
Snepper.
Oh, I've already blown it.
You've already blown it?
I've already blown it.
Did you go to the wrong page?
I just looked up music.
There's music notes.
Music on?
These are
There's
your
a
favorite...
90s playlist?
We need technical help.
Oh, no.
Hashtag tech support.
Wait, can we start over?
No, we can't start over. This is live.
Go to Keynote.
Go to Keynote?
Keynote speaker?
You can give it to Carmen. Yeah,
which Democratic or Republican Party are we talking
Keynote. Keynote Flow is a light, right? Isn't that a Keynote?
Yeah,
Ooh,
That's a Keynote.
10 points to Sarah.
Uh-huh. She can DP her own technical mistakes. Oh, now they're scrolling. Robert, what are you most excited for Prison Break fans to see this season?
My butt.
Okay, great answer. Me too, by the way. What's in story for Sarah and Michael this season? Apart from grammar lessons.
Store.
What's in store? Into what
What's
store
in store
do
for you
Michael
guys?
and Sarah go?
What soap opera are you going to put out there this season?
What soap opera?
Sorry. This is bad. We're having fun today, okay? Because this is premiere day for the show.
Well, because we've done it.
We've done it so many times.
We shot it.
We've talked about it so many times in very serious ways. And now, I love this woman, by the way. And
this
we're
is
just
the
going to
Prison
have
Break
fun.
comedy hour.
Exactly. We're vying for our next job. What is in store for you this season, you and Michael? Seriously.
I think the number one question for her is, where in the hell have you been?
Right.
Why am I raising our son alone?
What if he said, I just went out for smokes?
I'd be like, you smoke? Deal breaker. Deal breaker. Get the patch.
Right.
Knock it off.
No, you have a really beautiful, intricate problem there, because here's this guy who died, and then he suddenly shows up because of me. I bring news to Dom.
Right.
To what's his name?
Lincoln.
Saying, we have a problem here, Houston. He's supposedly alive.
But now what's interesting is this has already happened. What's already happened is that I supposedly died, he grieved, and then I came back. So I suppose in a way, turnabout is fair play, but I didn't leave him with a child to raise by himself. Mm-hmm.
And his head was now found in a box.
Well, apparently neither was mine. I think what we learned in season 3 is that Lincoln didn't look very carefully into boxes.
Right.
Lincoln shouldn't work for the TSA.
He should have glasses
in
this season.
You should have glasses and I should wear a scarf. Next question.
Are we having too much fun? Is this?
No.
Are we off base here?
He cut the feed like 5 minutes ago. He's like, these guys are... I'm not even going live with this. Okay. What's the best...
Wait a minute, I got to ask you one. No, what?
No, because that was a question about Michael.
Okay, sorry.
This is why we need writers and directors, to make sure that people like us...
At least editors.
At least editors. And the FCC. What's the best behind-the-scenes moment from filming season 5? Actually, I think that might have to do with the scene we shot together.
What do you mean behind the scenes? That was on camera.
It was on camera, but the conversation...
I mean, with the phone? Oh, they don't know that episode yet.
Wait, okay, no, wait, what's your answer to that? What's your answer to that?
What's the best behind the scenes? I have to tell you, the cool thing about doing this incarnation of the show for me was that we already had these characters under our belts. Mm-hmm. So, when was it? 10 years ago we started this thing?
Yeah.
8 years ago? I don't remember even. It was there was a lot of what if I do this? What if I should I had a lot of angst. This time around it was we're doing it, and let's just see what happens in the moment. And so many times, both the big scenes that you and I had together, so much of it was made up right in the moment of things that I maybe had an idea the night before. You were trying some stuff, but it really the confidence level to be able to say, this is what it's feeling like without pushing it too much. Happen. And I don't want to give it away, but it has to do with the hand is one scene, and the other has to do with the payphone.
Yeah, I think there's I don't think we had to plan as much.
Exactly.
Because you also trust the other actor, right? You trust.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I got a scene with Rob. I'm just going to learn my lines, and we're going to show up, and we're going to play, and we're going to have
And we
fun.
didn't really know each other before.
Nope.
So trust factor is
When
always
was our
kind of
first
there.
scene together?
Years ago,
It wasn't season 1.
I think I was raping you.
If I had a nickel. This is my career in television.
No, what
we
I'm
used to
forgetting.
joke.
We had a terrible scene together in the last season, which was very traumatic.
It was awful, and I remember we used to joke that if we ever had a scene together, it meant that one of us was getting killed off the show.
Well,
Because
we
they
waited
would
until the
never-
very last.
They did. They did. They waited until
episode.
the show died before they put the two of us together.
No, Teabag wanted to do some damage to you, and you called him on his poop and said, "You couldn't do that to me, even if you wanted to." Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Did we have other scenes? I don't remember. Did we have other scenes together?
Next question.
Yeah. Why are Prison Break fans so? What, thumbs up to you? What? Why are Prison Break
We're
fans
experiencing
so?
technical difficulties.
Why are Prison Break so much got their thumb up your?
So special to
so
you.
special to you.
Whoa, with the thumb and the
Because,
things. And
Well, I don't know about you, Sarah, but I was kicking around the other way around.
yeah, but I already blew it, so I'm trying to hide my technical difficulties.
I was kicking around for 20-some years as an actor, living and breathing as an actor and getting great gigs, but nothing as big as this. And I will always remember Prison Break as being the one that put me on the map. Did you
Well,
have one
you-
that put you on the map before this one?
No, it was Prison Break.
For most of us,
But-
Stacy Keach, I think, was the only actor. Peter Stormare.
Yeah, Billy, I think too.
Billy
Bill Fichtner, in
yeah.
a way, but he didn't start season 1. I mean, I remember you telling me early in season 1, you said I was about to become a park ranger.
And
You were on
I
your
want
way
to
out of
clarify
business.
this. I love Will Rogers Park, and I love park rangers. I grew up reading Ranger Rick. I love park rangers.
My daughter reads Ranger Rick.
Really?
It's
They
still out.
make
It's
it?
still out.
Oh my God!
I'll get you a
It's about a
subscription for your
raccoon that's
birthday.
dressed up as a ranger, and I only said that. I only did that because I love nature, and I thought if I have to do anything besides
Yeah.
acting, I want to do something I love, which is maybe go to Will Rogers Park.
It's
so
a great
yeah,
idea.
I almost had to, for the sake of my child, had to do something that was steady.
Yep.
Like
paycheck.
work for the state of the California.
And then we both ended up working for Frank Darabont because of Prison Break, because he loved the show so much.
yeah, and you
that
helped me a lot on that because
he-
he I think called you and said, "Is Knepper
He
a
asked about
putz
you.
or is he a good guy to work with?" And you gave me a nod.
And I lied and got you a job.
Thank you so much.
Just kidding.
Good questions.
All right. I feel like this shouldn't be my job because I keep messing it up. Okay, Robin Jarris. Hey, guys. Hey. These aren't questions.
These aren't questions. These are comments. Melissa Christian.
is so excited. We're just, hi, Melissa.
Hi, Renee Forey.
For,
I'm so
There's an-
excited for tonight. You and the rest of the world. Thank God.
here we go. Rita
That we can't answer that one.
Mahmoudi. How was shooting in Morocco like for you? We can't answer that one.
That's not our storyline.
That's that's classified
Not to
information.
give it away, but yeah.
Elizabeth Joyce Salazar has a great
Who
question.
paid for Teabag's new robotic hand? Nobody. You'll see. Watch the show.
Literally, he's not being cheeky. for
Nobody.
once.
Nobody paid for
That's
it.
his serious face.
I don't believe you.
Amika Nicole.
It's true. Nobody.
Nobody. No, for real. Watch it.
Can you honest? Sorry.
You got something in your throat.
Can you honest?
You got a little Greek in your throat. You got a little Greek in your throat. Okay. Amika, what a beautiful name. Amika Nicole, favorite past episode and why? Great question.
Sarah, do you have one?
I liked Brothers Keeper. I don't know if you were in
Was
that
that the one in the past?
That was the flashback one where everybody
I love
came
that.
to. Oh, no, that's the
I
one
was
with
in that.
Susan, where she
yeah,
spat at
she's
the
like,
thing.
the America's Most Wanted. She goes into the kitchen and goes, if you
Yeah.
see this guy, meanwhile going 9 times 9 equals. My favorite
Yeah.
was my flashback to when Teddy was a child and he went back to his home and had to relive that horrible memory of his father.
But the words.
And the words,
But
and
the words
finding
and
the
the
dictionary
dictionary
behind
and
the
stuff.
radiator, yeah.
That's really cool.
Thank you, writers.
Thank you, writers. Oh, and you know who else we should give out shout-outs to? We have 2 directors on the season 5.
Yeah.
On the season 5.
We
because
just
I'm
talked about
that
this
old,
on the way over here.
who were directors in season 1.
Yeah.
You
Nelson-
mentioned.
Nelson McCormick.
And then Guy Ferland. So Nelson
Yeah.
did 3 episodes, I think.
Yep.
And Guy did 2.
Started at bookend us,
Yep.
right? Beginning
Nelson
and end.
started
No.
us and ended us, and Guy did 2 in the middle.
Nothing like having,
yeah.
cooks from the old kitchen. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, they were so familiar with everybody. They just stepped right in. It was
What else
beautiful.
you got there?
Does
Does Teabag still say pretty in the new season? You'll find out. Lisa Ship Register. Love that. Love you guys.
Love you
Pamela.
too.
So excited. Can't wait. Teabag, one of my favorites. Thanks from Parma, Ohio. You know what? I grew up in Ohio. Thank you, Ohio. We were so isolated in Little Mommy, Ohio. I don't even know where Parma is. So let us know where Parma is. Thank you. We went to Columbus for the Ohio State football games. Go Bucks, because Dad went to veterinary school there. Does it feel like 7 years have gone by, or does it feel like yesterday that you were all together?
It feels like 7 years have gone by. it's so long.
I would say
kids.
both. It feels,
Kids grew up
well,
and-
our lives, with so much has happened. But at the same time, it does kind of feel like we were just doing press yesterday for a show.
We were doing press yesterday.
The difference is we were a new hit back then. Now we're an old hit that's about to become maybe a new hit again, but we'll see. Best moments in the whole series for both of you, from Spiros Daja or Daha.
I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but hi, Spiros.
Best moments.
Best
highlights
moments.
of your Prison Break life.
I'm not good at these questions. I always draw a blank at this
You know,
kind of
the
thing.
thing, I totally agree with you. The thing about being a parent, I don't know if you find this, but you look back on your children's lives and you go, wow, that happened? Because you were so in the moment.
Yeah.
And when you have a chance to look back, then you go,
Yeah.
wow, that was great. When you shoot something, especially something that runs for a long time, you're so in the moment, just like we were on this episode.
You
this
know what I can answer, though?
incarnation.
I think I can answer some of my favorite of your moments.
Well,
which
I
is-
could do the same for you, too.
I loved the gate stuff. When Teabag had the, like,
elephant.
the captivity of negativity, and, like, when he became, like,
Oh, I thought you were talking about the gate at the beginning of the front of
No,
the
no, no.
mansion. Oh, sorry.
No, the...
Learn to shut my mouth. The Gates.
No, but you didn't-
that was the name of the place.
Wasn't it?
Was it Gates?
Gates?
Okay.
Gate?
The captivity of negativity.
But where you were, like...
the
you were
fourth
like,
season.
what was that guy? The Tony Robbins. You were like Tony Robbins
right, with
for a
the
minute.
mustache, yeah.
And that was my favorite. That was my favorite Teabag.
I'm handy capable.
Exactly. Yeah, just fine, upstanding.
Teabag was such a bad boy. Wonder if he's going to team up as a team this time. Stay tuned. Unlike some of
Hi,
our
Jessica
guys.
Kirkland. We love you too.
Sorry, yes. And that was from Kim Monteros. I don't like to give secrets away. I think you just watch the show, let it unfold as you go.
Yeah.
Jessica, I love
Or
you guys.
ask Dom. Because Dom will just tell you.
Get out. Petri, any improvised scenes on PB? Not as far as dialogue, really? Did you improvise dialogue?
Didn't improvise, but Wentworth and I, he sometimes in our scenes will show up and say, I'm going to say this, not this, and I'm going to change this, and I'm
Okay.
going to move this around because he's a writer and he's a terrific writer and
Right.
he makes things his own. And so then I
Yeah,
kind of
that's
got to
true.
figure out what goes next. So in the scene in our first scene together, it wasn't improvised, but it was something that I think we worked on in collaboration with the writers in terms of what the words
Yeah,
actually were.
that's a very good way to put that. Francis Kelsey Cook, love that you're back. What are you most excited about? Everything.
At this
I'm
point, I just want us
excited.
to get on the air.
We're
The
on the air
waiting,
tonight
the
in
waiting.
a little bit. It's so great. Jamie
bit.
Lee, love this show. 4 exclamation points. Teabag, you're awesome actor. Thank you so much. And my
agree.
fave on the show. Thank you. Catherine
Really?
Bienvenue.
Seriously? Seriously? Kidding.
Next to Sarah. Catherine Bienvenue. Am I pronouncing that right?
Bienvenue. That means welcome.
Or if you were in America, you say
Bienvenue.
Bienvenue. So which character would you like to have as your cellmate? Don't say me.
No, I won't say you. I won't say you. Would you like to have
Pretty.
as your cellmate?
You'd like to have Pretty, wouldn't you? As your-
Well, yeah, but
Can you imagine if Sarah,
But-
Dr. Sarah, actually went to jail for what she had done?
I did.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You were with.
There are a lot of
You were going to be with the
episodes of the
spinoff. That's right.
Yeah, that was good. That was.
You were.
That
what's
was
the
the
new
little-
show now with all the women in prison?
Oh, Orange is the New
You were
Black?
going to be the star of Orange.
You
is the-
saw it here first. You saw it here first.
Right.
You did. I was pregnant and in prison, which I
That's
think
right.
is a reality show.
Who was your cellmate in that?
Well, it was open bunks, but Lori Petty
Lori
played
Petty?
the Prison Break.
Hello, Lori. We love you.
Yeah, God, she was great.
She's my neighbor down
I
in
loved her. Oh,
the
really?
coast there. Yeah.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Connor Johnson. Hashtag shout out.
Shout out, Connor.
Jen Bohan. Favorite thing about revisiting your characters?
Oh, good question. I mean, she's such a good person. I feel like she makes me a better person. I liked her. I just
Marine Petit. I love all these French names. Hey!
Hey!
Mimi Isse or Mimi Essie. Sorry. So happy it's back. You know,
Thank
it's
you.
really, really great to be part of a experience, a phenomenon. Fox called it years ago. I don't know what they'll call it now. If it doesn't do well,
Call
they'll
it something
call it
more humble.
Exactly.
Call it something more humble. It's just a show.
It's a lot of shoe we have to fill. But it's great no matter where we go in the world to hear people be so ravenous about this show. It's pretty amazing. Samantha Jane Cooper, how did you get into character as Teabag? I just channeled Sarah. Mindy Doolin, love you guys and the show. So glad it's back. All capital letters. Thank you. Sam Norton, you want to take over.
Sam Norton, can't wait from tonight. Sam North is from Ohio too. Hi, Sam.
OH10. Okay.
Lauren Burtis, Sarah and Robert, you're both terrific actors. Thank you very much. So glad that you guys
Thank
are
you.
back. What advice do you have to college students? Asks Sarah Sayed, I think. Sorry if I messed up your name. Trying to break into the industry.
What do you say, Sarah?
You first.
Well, I do the typical stupid things. Don't give up.
Right.
But everybody else says that. And now that I know that everybody else says that, I try to say new things like, don't give up. No, I'm kidding. But that's really the key. I've had so many times, like 3 times in my career so far, that I've thought, I want to give up. And luckily there was somebody there to punch me in the shoulder and say, don't give up. So I didn't. I mean, if the writing's on the wall and somebody says, you know what, you should really think about giving up because you have absolutely no talent, then maybe, you should think about another career. But otherwise, it's really hard. I was working as an actor for 20-some years before Prison Break happened. Mm-hmm. So you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird question. I would almost say be curious and learn everything you possibly can about everything. Because what I find is that people who have only ever studied acting are really good at...
She always gives the best answers.
No,
Always
but
just,
do you know
I'm
you
amazed.
use every random piece of your fuzz on your head, and for
Thank
a
you.
second, I almost took it off a minute ago, and I was like, wait, is it Ash Wednesday? And every Ash Wednesday, I accidentally...
Some of us have little different kinds of ashes on our
Wipe.
forehead.
I
That's right.
accidentally... Anyway.
Pentecostal Catholics.
So, yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, I apologize to anyone whose ashes I've ever wiped off your forehead. Clearly a terrible
My dad's
person.
ashes, sorry. My dad's
But-
very much alive, thank you.
But okay. Or at least he was before this started. We may have given him a heart
Sorry,
attack,
Sarah.
and I apologize.
Keep going.
You know how every time you do a job, you use some random piece of information you never thought you'd use?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
And it always seems like something while you're shooting seems to be really relevant to what you're shooting at that moment.
Yeah. Or
Right.
like that physics class that I had to power through in order to graduate, and it was the physics for poets, and I was like, I'm never going to use this. And then you do Arcadia. And you're
Wow.
like, oh, this is all...
Did you do
this
Arcadia?
Is a play. I did in college. I know.
Miss Smarty Pants.
I didn't write it.
No, Tom did, but still, I mean, you have to be pretty damn smart to do that play.
I did take physics after all. But I took physics with no math. I don't know what they called it.
How do you do that?
I
My
think
son's
it was
taking
called
physics right
for
now.
poets.
Wow.
It was to make sure that those of us
I
without
didn't think you
physics
could take
skills were
physics
good.
without math, but anyway.
Well, I couldn't tell you anything about physics now, but it got me through Arcadia. That's my point. Stay in school, kids.
You know, what
Lord,
she's
can
saying...
somebody hand us more questions?
what she's
'Cause we're
sa-
not
no,
doing well
But wait a
on
minute,
our
I
own.
want to say... No, we're doing pretty well. We're bouncing.
okay.
There's not of air. There's not a bit of air between us, which is great. But, if somebody said to me, what advice could you give young actors? And I would say, don't... While you're in school, first of all, I would say really, really study. Because I think going to Northwestern, studying with Bill Esper, all those things are really key to learning how to act, and also about the technique of acting, because the hardest thing in film, I just shot Friday, I I swear to God, I think I shot 14 hours. It may have been 12 hours. But I had to do my scene. It was Seth's show, Orville. I was the one guy in the scene, and I'm telling all these people, like 6 or 7 people, everything in the scene, and they're all kind of reacting off of me. Mine was the last close-up. And I was so tired by the time I did my
25
close-up.
takes in, and they finally...
2,500 takes, it feels like. And I was the last guy, and I still had to keep it fresh. That's where studying comes in handy to go. Learn your technique, really get that down, because if you're like, I want to act, I'm going to move to LA, I'm going to go to New York, you can't do that. And at the same time, when you're young, take the time to say, I want to study everything else. There was so much to offer at Northwestern that I didn't, study, because I want to be an actor. I got to get to Chicago theater and do it.
Yeah. It's all relevant somehow.
Totally.
And take a lot of risks,
and you're going to use it someday.
Too. And take a lot of risks. Because in college is the time, college is the time where they'll cast you in roles that they will never cast you in again.
Like old men at 18.
Exactly. And that,
old women at 18 or something.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Jordan Hollenbeck is so ready for a new season of Prison Break and been waiting for a long time. You and me both. Thank you. Most difficult scene, and Brazil loves you. Thank you, Brazil. Brazil is always so in the house on these things. Brazil is on point. Most difficult scene.
Me? I didn't have a difficult one this year. I did have a few last time around. One was with you. That was very hard at the end of the 4th season. And the other one where I was... that scene where I had to put my arm around the little girl and say, I'll be your friend. Don't worry, I'll be your friend. She's... that was gross. What about you?
I think the bathtub scene was pretty tough.
Oh, yeah.
Just because...
And your stunt double got hurt from that, right?
Yeah, my poor stunt double, it was right before her wedding. She was getting married like 4 days later, and I saw the stunt, and I was like, that doesn't look safe. They were like, we'll show you how safe it is, and they put her in, and she split her forehead. God bless her.
Well, the good thing about that is if it ended in divorce, she has a good excuse, because she wasn't in her rightful mind.
Now...
Silence in the crowd out here. There's nothing.
How many times have you been married? Wait, skip it. Don't answer that question. Oh, wait. Elvis Sharp says...
I don't have my glasses.
Teabag, give me a shout-out, please. Give Elvis Sharp a shout-out, please.
Shout out! Hey! Get out of the room!
I think that's like... No, I think it's like a, what's up, Elvis?
I was kidding. I'm not that old. What's up, Elvis?
Timothy Sakara Salettle. There's no way I got that right, and I'm super sorry, but hello, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us. What traits do you have that are also in your characters?
Come on, you have the easy one.
I'm a nice person. That was almost a spit take. You don't even believe it.
Swallow.
I'm trying not to make a joke about recovering narcotics. We're both named Sam. Go ahead. Those questions make me so self-conscious. I'm sorry for not taking it seriously, but it does make me self-conscious when people ask those questions. It's
like trying to describe a dream to somebody the next morning. It never quite comes out exactly as potent as it was in the moment.
And you kind of sound like a pretentious jerk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to not want to
These are things that are kind of secret for us as actors. They're like our little toolbox. And sometimes they're based on something really real. Sometimes they are based on dreams. Sometimes they're just imaginary things. I mean, I just imagine what it'd be like to be a kid that was totally abused and turned into an animal because of it.
Alex James from London. Hi, London.
London.
Oh, this is the last.
They love us in London.
Question. You know what? Okay. We're going to answer 2 more questions, because when you said last question, this guy Luke Mills just wrote something, and I think it's a cool last question. So, Alex James, from the series, who are your favorite characters, not including yourselves?
Haywire.
Nice. I go Westmoreland on that every time. I love me some Muse. I love me some Muse.
And Bill's character.
And Marilyn the cat.
Mahone. I love Mahone.
Yeah.
Especially when he was tweaking in the
when he lost
Panama jail. And I would rib him.
He's a good tweaker, that Bill.
Yeah. I hope he's a good tweeter, too, because he should do both.
But not together. Luke Mills, who I imagine is from London, because the British flag is his picture, but maybe not. Well, first of all, what's up, Luke? I have a question. What defining point about your characters do you think makes them so important to the chemistry of the show? That's a great last question.
That's a great question.
It's a great question.
Well, let's answer for each other, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then answer our own.
Okay.
I think yours was your decision to, this adult thing, but your decision to go to the dark side, right? To say,
which
I'm going to help
dark
out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that made you if you had just said, no, I'm going to stick to my hospital here, and
Well, that would have been the end of Sarah on the
that
show.
would have been the end of Sarah.
And we never heard from her again.
Well, how would you answer that?
The defining point of Teabag that makes
No, I mean for you,
Oh,
for
for
Sarah.
me?
Yeah.
I mean, I always think the defining characteristic of a character is their flaw, and so yeah, I think the idea that her compassion drove her to do something illegal and then almost destroyed her, but then linked
Was
her
it
up
just
with the love of her
compassion?
life.
Okay.
Compassion and look at him.
Yeah, look at
I
him.
mean,
I remember looking at him going, those eyes.
yeah, good lord,
Those eyes.
good lord.
If we could put those eyeballs in boxes of candy, you'd be like, I want Wentworth's eyes. Wentworth's eyes.
In boxes of candy?
Chocolate boxes. You could get your flavors of like eyeballs. You get Wentworth. You could get your eyeballs, which would be like
I think we should wrap this up soon.
we should.
What's the defining point of Teabag that makes him so important to the show? Apart from the fact that he's willing to eat human eyeballs.
No, but I don't mean literally.
No,
just-
I know.
He's easy on the eyes.
He's delicious.
What I mean is yeah. Anyway, I think for me it was the audience went from absolutely hating Teabag and wanting to kill him to a flashback episode, both of my flashbacks, where you go, oh, I see what took him there. And all of us, I've never met a person yet since Prison Break that hasn't had some kind of connection with something that happened in their childhood that makes them somehow feel for other people who had something happen to them in their childhood.
Something dark.
Yeah.
That,
And
you know-
how we overcome that and go on. Most of us don't end up in prison. Most of us don't kill. And he did. And he's the worst example of it.
But I think that's really true. I think the darkness in you, in your character, connects with darkness that everybody kind of goes, wow.
Ah, yeah.
When we're all a little worried we have a monster living inside.
Exactly.
You know? A little bit. So, legitimately though,
We have to say goodbye?
we do. But
Thank you so much.
yeah.
Thank you
really
for watching. Thank you for being so loyal. And
We're here because of you.
exactly.
We are. We're here because of you. And so, all joking aside, because we're a couple of idiots who like to make each other laugh,
We do.
thank you. We really, really hope you enjoy it. And it's on tonight, by the way, in case you missed it.